video we'll be learning how to create an employee using the Web PayTRAX application. To start with, make sure you do have access to the personal module, and once we click over here under the personal details, you can see the option employee information. This is the option you usually use to create any new employee, or if you want to check the information related to any of your older employees. Alright, so all the areas highlighted in the red are mandatory areas, so you must make sure that you do add the correct information in these areas. So we will try creating one employee. For example, I'll use my name over here, and then here system allows you to choose the department, the employee, sub-department, the job title. For example, you can choose, okay, once you choose the job title, automatically system has taken the grade. If you want to change the grade, you have the option, click on refresh button, and over here you can choose the grade accordingly. Okay, here you have to add the date of birth. The next is employee's group joining date. For example, the employee joined the group in 2015. Now, it doesn't mean that the group joining date, if it's 2015, the company joining date should also be 2015. This can differentiate. Maybe he has joined the group in 2015 but in some other company, but now he's going to join this company in 2017, so you can add it as 2017. The moment you will add your company joining date, system will automatically pick up your provision begin date depending on your company joining date. Alright, this is the mandatory information. Then here you can choose the gender, either male or female, and the employee ID. This is the system generated employee ID. If you want to have a different employee ID, you can put it over here. For example, we want to have it as 2245. It's always suggested to follow the series. Okay, click save. Once you've pressed save, you've got a pop-up message saying that for this position, the job title designation has crossed the specified limit. So what happens? In the setup, you have already assigned only some limited position for this particular job title, that is night auditor. It means that already there are 2 or 3 night auditor created in the system. That is why system is warning you that the limit has increased. The system is only warning you but not stopping you. So if you know that you have chosen the correct job title, click yes. Once you will click yes, and over here system is asking if you want to pay the salary of the current month, the unpaid salary from previous month, as this is 4th of August already, so you can click yes or no accordingly. Okay, once done, here you see the message that this has been updated successfully. Okay, here system will ask you to add some of the more mandatory details, or if any changes you want to make, you can add it over here. Starting from the labor classification, you have the option, either he or she is a local or expatriate. Okay, then you have your contract type, either it's a casual staff, it's a contracted staff, permanent staff, temporary staff. Depending on that, you will choose. And then category type. So category type is what? The category of a job. So currently we have only one category over here, but if you want to create any few more categories, either operational or office, we can choose it from here. Alright, next is department. If you want to make any changes in the department, you can add the details starting from main department till grade. Then here system allows you to choose the reporting manager for that employee, whom he or she will be reporting to, who will be the direct manager for this employee, whom she or he is headed by, the sponsor details, recruitment agent, and capability framework level. Now there's one thing, these are not the mandatory information, but these are optional information just to keep a track of data, so it's totally your choice if you want to add the details or not. Once done, click save and close. Alright, the next is memorable dates. So memorable dates are the option where system allows you to make the changes in employee's date of birth, group joining date or company joining date. Okay, next is default day off. Here you can choose the employee's default day off. Either you want to keep it, for example, you want to keep it Sunday as a default day off for this employee. So once you put Sunday, automatically when you are going to create the department roster of this employee, system will put Sunday as a default day off for this employee. Okay, here now when you're processing the employee's attendance, how do you want day off to be tracked as? Either it should be auto-generated or it should be from the roster or from the log file. So this is the option where you can choose it. Okay, next is if he or she is eligible for the extra hours, you can click yes or no for that. And here you can put the probation end date in advance, that which date the probation is going to end. You can add it over here. Okay, either also you can put the notice period days over here. So once these details are done, you need to press save and close. Alright, next is provision airfare. This is an important screen. Please always make sure that you fill the details in the very first time when you're creating an employee. Do not miss out these details. Okay, so first thing is choosing the country. Usually what happens, we do choose the country the person is staying in, but we shall always make sure we choose the country the person is coming from. So for example, I will choose for this employee India. Now the airport name, here under India we have already airports available, so let me just choose Goa. Now here system will ask you to add the sector name and the flight name. You can also add the class from here, either it's a business class, economy class. Okay, eligibility fare is automatically showing none, but you need to change it to the correct one. Either it is adult, full, or whatever it is, depending on the requirement. And here you have air ticket availed options. That's once in 2 years, once in 1 year. That's it for air ticket. One more thing, your leave policy. If you have more than one leave policy, you can choose it from here. And your gratuity policy also, system allows you to change if you have more than one. If you don't want to count the gratuity for the employee, you can make it none. Otherwise you can keep it as per labor law. Once done, press save and close. Okay, next pop-up is employee information, home address. So this is where you will be adding home address. This is also important. As you can see here, system is choosing Bahrain automatically, which is wrong. So we will click on country. So the same country we'll put here. City is your choice if you want to. Okay, here you can add the employee's address, home address, mobile number, PO box number, all the details. Once done, press save and close. Okay, now comes the main screen, important screen, that is employee's payment details. So to put the employee's payment details, system will ask you put the currency amount. Okay, the currency, if you can see here automatically, that's how the setup is done. System will choose automatically the base currency depending on your setup. For example, for this setup it is a Bahrain dinar, so we will just put the amount over here. For example, it is 500 for this employee. So here you have to choose the payment on the basis of monthly basis. Either you want to make the payment through cash, check or bank. Okay, and then payment currency option, which is Bahrain dinar. Alright, we will save it. Okay, now you have added the payment details. What is the next option? Any allowance if you want to assign to this employee. So to add the allowance, here are the types. Either it's allowance, deductions, or earning. For example, we'll go for a fixed allowance. Okay, the payment code will be, for example, we will take the housing allowance. So the starting from date we will be put as, for example, employee's joining date. Okay, and here you will put the currency amount, maybe 200, and save and close. So here system will ask you to put personal details like nationality, religion, then mother tongue if you want to add, blood group, height, weight, all the necessary personal information you can add from here. Okay, once done, you can see that the employee has been created in the system. There is another interesting thing, you can add the employee's profile photo as well. It's very simple, you just need to click on upload photo. Here you'll browse. So let's just check if we have any picture available over here. Alright, upload. You see the employee's picture has been uploaded. Okay, so your employee is created. Okay, now let's just see the employee which we have created is appearing in the system. If you know the ID, we can search it with the ID, or otherwise you can search it with the name. Okay, over here you can see the employee ID has been created in the system. So there are just few things that you should know. For example, in future you have created one employee but you want to make changes in employees company joining date or group joining date that you were not sure in the beginning, you added it by mistake incorrect. Where you can change it from, you can go to memorable dates and you can change it from here. Okay, next thing is that you need to know that any changes in employee department, like if there is any change in his service, like he has been transferred from front office to any other department, instead of using department details option, you should always choose the service change option. Okay, department detail is basically to, when you're finalizing, when you're creating the employee, basically at that point you will be using this option. Okay, payment details, as you have seen already, this is where you have created the payment details. Okay, and this is just for the reference purpose. In future, if there is any increment and decrement, you will not be doing it from here. You will be using the service change option. Here you can add the employee's bank details. Okay, for example, the payment type has been changed from cash to bank. You can choose bank, or you can click on add row and add the option accordingly. Okay, provision airfare, this is just for reference purpose. Any changes in employee's provision, changes in the airport or changes in the ticket type or anything, you must use the service change option. I'll show you in the end where is the service change option. Okay, home address, local address, this is where you will be able to add employees local address or home address, or emergency contact details you will be adding from this option. System allows you to add the relationship, for example, father, put the person name XYZ, address, email address, phone number, area, all the details system will allow you to add over here. Okay, next is your other details. So this is where you will be adding the details like job code or any company code if he or she is assigned to visa designation, or any remarks you want to mention for this employee. Okay, opening balance. What is opening balance? For example, employee has been transferred from, in the same group, he has been transferred from one company to another company, and he has some balance that you want to add. So this is the option you will be using. For example, he has an annual leave balance of 10 days. System allows you to add the annual leave balance, and this is first time when you're adding the opening balance. System will allow you to add balance as on date. Okay, it can be, for example, 1st of December 2017. Once you will add this, after this system will start calculating employee's provision on the basis of this date. Once done, click save. We have explained opening balance already in detail in a separate video, so you can refer to that. Okay, once opening balance is added, this is where you can add the recruitment expenses, which will be helpful when you are doing the employee's final settlement. Over here, for example, let's take airline tickets. You can add an amount of 300 dirhams, dinar. Okay. Okay, next you see is the fixed allowance. You already, when you're creating the employee, system asks you, but if you have any other fixed allowance to add, you can just click on add row, choose the type of allowance, either it's a deduction on earning, you can add it from here. Okay, next over here is your daily allowance. Same like fixed allowance, this is the option available where you can add the employee's daily allowance. Okay, expiry documents. If it's for one employer, particularly you want to upload any expiry document, you can use the option from here. Choose the type of document and upload the picture or document picture, and here you can add the issue date and expiry date and save it. Okay, if employee has any dependents with her or him, so you can add the dependent's name, for example XYZ, date of birth, then you put the relationship ID, for example daughter, choose gender, and then if he's eligible, if the dependent is eligible for air ticket, you can check the box, otherwise uncheck it. Here flight category you can choose, either it's infant or children between 2 to 12. Okay, here you'll be adding the date, from which date till which date the dependent is eligible for the ticket, and other details you can add it and just click on save. Okay, next important thing, balance provision. If you want to quickly check employer's provision balance, you can use this option. For example, you want to check balance for the future date. For example, you want to know till December 2020 how much balance the employee will be having. Just click here, refresh. Sorry, I just put the wrong date. So you see automatically system is showing the annual leave balance, air ticket balance, public day accrued or weekly off balance. Okay. Besides not very important but necessary things related to the employees, if you want to add their educational details, you can add it from here. System allows you to upload their official documents. Then any hobbies in particular you want to add, we already have automatically created the hobbies in the system. You can use this option. Okay, next we have skills. This is a good option if you want to check that employees, choose employees depending on any particular skills. You can use this option. Okay, so next we have job responsibilities, languages, noun, uniform details, items on loan. If you're giving any item to the employer on loan, you can add the details over here, and this is very helpful when you're doing the final settlement. System will inform you that this item is still with this particular employee. For example, items like a laptop and mobile are the important one, so you can add the details over here, and here you can add the status as well. Okay, next we have the employee's dependents document details also you can add from here. either it's expiry document or any other documents. Alright, so this is it. This is how you create the employee in Web PayTRAX, and these are the necessary available tabs that you will be using in future if you have created the employee and if you want to search or refer to any detail in particular. Okay, as I mentioned in the beginning, that making changes in employees' salary details or in department or any service change related information you should not be doing on this screen. For that you shall use the service change appraisal option. Here system allows you to create the service change for all the necessary information. So this is it. If you have any other question or any other queries, feel free to ask us. Thank you.